In this interesting episode, good people, we are talking about the following interesting subjects. Well, a lot of you guys would have expected Terrence Masheho to join Kaizer Chiefs, but the latest news suggests otherwise because Captain City boss John Committee has commented, and it's very bad. I can promise you that it's very bad. It doesn't look promising, especially if you are a Kaizer Chiefs fan. He's got some interesting things to say about Terrence Masheho joining Kaizer Chiefs, and in fact, I must tell you that he doesn't see it a possibility. But before we get into it, are you interested? Then please stick around. To those that will stick around, guys, if you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, guys, it is free of charge. Now, let's jump back into the video, good people. But before we start with the video, I must let you know that to those that do not know me, I go by the name of Bongan Masugu, and this is Mtondowe Tusi Media. Thank you for choosing this YouTube channel to dish the latest news, and the latest news being Terrence Masheho joining Kaizer Chiefs. John Committee has made a comment over there, and in the latest interview by Kickoff.com has got some interesting things to say, and he said the following interesting things. Bafana Bafana International is said to have attracted the interest of Naturena after his impressive display. Chiefs are believed to be preparing a lucrative offer for the 26-year-old left back. Commit insists that the club will not sell the player after the qualifying of the CAF Champions League. Don't worry, guys, you're gonna hear himself speaking. Don't worry. Now, this is John Committee speaking. I spoke to the player yesterday, and I asked him what was all this about, because we made it clear. We made it very clear. Let me repeat this one. I spoke to the player yesterday, and I asked him what was all this about, because we made it very clear that no player will be leaving the club this season because we are challenging for everything. John Committee tells Kickoff.com. He is very much part of the family. He is very much committed to the club. He just had an operation on his knee yesterday from an injury that he had with Bafana Bafana, and he is completely committed to the club. I'm telling you now, Masheho will never play in this country. From Cape Town City, he's going overseas. Let me repeat this one because I need to be emphatic on this one. I'm telling you now, Masheho will never play in this country. From Cape Town City, he is going overseas. Right? It didn't come as a surprise. No, not at all. It didn't come as a surprise. It didn't come as a surprise to me. You know what? Because there's hostility between Cape Town City and Kaizer Chiefs. Not long ago, Eric Tinkler has got some hatred against Kaizer Chiefs. Said some horrible things against Kaizer Chiefs. And I'm even surprised why Kaizer Chiefs did not take steps for what Eric Tinkler said. Now, the hostility between Kaizer Chiefs and Cape Town City was then exposed during the times where Kaizer Chiefs were fighting for those games to be replayed. You remember most they didn't play the game or attended the game between Golden Arrows and Cape Town City. All of them, they were to play against Kaizer Chiefs. Now, the hostility then was exposed during those times. Eric Tinkler he says that for some unkind words when he said the laws cannot be changed for fools. You know what I'm saying? And some are saying it's a figurative speech, but that figurative speech still points to Kaizer Chiefs, and it still defines how much you hate the club. Now, fast forward, John Committee says some uncomfortable things that was uncalled for, and then Kaizer Chiefs complained to the PSLDC. Before the conclusion of the league, John Committee was found guilty by the DC for things he said about Kaizer Chiefs. Now, to give you a little bit of more in this one, I've listened to John Committee. There's this program in the SuperSport TV where they interview they interview bosses. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest achievements that he has was to beat Kaizer Chiefs when they still co-owned a team called Ajax Cape Town. So you know all of those things then. So I was wondering if that was going to be possible. I was just wondering. But now, the good thing here is his contract will expire next year. So you know what it means? It means that the player must be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Because they are promising him to go to overseas, of which every player wants to go overseas. It's everybody's dream. So I'm not saying Chiefs should stand on his way, but I'm saying if that does not happen, where is he going to? And I can tell you, he's going to Mamelodi Sundowns. You know what I'm saying? But then the good thing is, next year January, he will be free to sign with the team of his choice. That's the most interesting thing about it. So let's watch the space and see. They are the only thing that they need to do is to sell him from now until December, is to sell him. Because January, if Kaizer Chiefs can manage to convince the player can join Kaizer Chiefs in January. He will be free to sign with Kaizer Chiefs, and then the captaincy will be put in a corner, and that corner will be, it's either you allow him to go in January and you cash out, or you wait until June and then he's gone as a free agent. So they will be put in a very tight corner. Right now, they will probably be trying to convince him to even sign another long-term deal, because they've seen that, okay, since he have attracted the interest of Kaizer Chiefs, there's an acknowledgement of his talent that has put a lot of doubt aside that he is talented if he is wanted by a team like Kaizer Chiefs. I don't know about your thought about the situation. So the only way for me to know your thought, it is for you to get into the comment section below. So let the conversation, guys, begin in the comment section below right now, right here.